The Belarusian-Polish border is the state border between the Republic of Poland. 418 kilometers. It starts from the triple junction of the borders with Lithuania in the north and stretches to the triple junction borders with Ukraine to the south. It is also part of the EU border with Belarus. The border runs along the administrative borders of two voivodeships, Podlasky and Lubelsky in the Polish side and Grodno and Brest Oblasts in the Belarusian side. In the Polish side, the 246.93 kilometers are Zanahancha, Volkushanka, Swiss Lokes, Naru, and Western Bug. After the Soviet invasion of Poland in September 1939, the area of West Belarus was annexed into the Belarusian Soviet Socialist Republic. 5 new oblasts were created: Baranovichi, Belostok, Brest, Pinsk, and Vyalechka, in accordance with the border agreement between Poland and the USSR of 16 August 1945. 17 districts of Belastok Oblast of the BSSR, including the city of Bialystok, and 3 districts of Brest Oblast, where a significant number of Poles lived, were transferred to Poland. Following the 1944 agreement on population exchange between Poland and Soviet Belarus, on November 25, 1945, an additional agreement was signed in Warsaw by representatives of the government of the Belarusian Soviet Socialist Republic and the government of the National Unity of the Republic of Poland on the registration and evacuation of the Belarusian population from the territory of Poland to the BSRR and Polish population from the BSRR to the territory of Poland. Announcements on registration and extension of the evacuation until June 1946 were posted in Bialystok and within the voivodeship. In 1946, during the refinement of the state border between the USSR and Poland in the Belarusian-Polish section, Krynek, which was entirely granted to Poland, had a point that separated the border section under Subcommittee V from the activities of Subcommittee V. Further, the border ran through areas which Poland lost due to the Soviet dictate, because they were located on the west side of the Curzon line. This shift was around 12 kilometers in the vicinity of Odesk, 15 kilometers in the Lozochny area, 20 kilometers in Biela Blota, and 15 kilometers in the area of the Augusto Canal. Polish negotiators during the delimitation procedure realized that they were helpless in the face of these imposed arrangements and were only trying to introduce minor verifications for Poland. Among other things, near Odesk, within the borders of Poland, was the village of the villages of Klimoka, Minkovce, Nomiki, Taki, Tolksa, Zamaki of the Rodna district, and the villages of Todokavce and Chorysiani of the Sopotskin district were transferred to the Polish People's Republic. Zubzica Wilka and Zubzica Mala were also recovered, but most of the agricultural lands belonging to these villages remained on Belarusian side of the border. More to the north, in the area of the village of Noraol, the border was moved 700 to 800 meters to the east, which also allowed the villages of Tolksa, Zamaki and Klimoka to be part of Poland. In the Minar Kaznica, the border line was moved 200 to 300 meters to the east, and at this place the border was cut across the tracks of the Bialystok-Grodno railway line. In August 1948, the TASS agency announced a communication on the completion of delimitation of the border. However, the local authorities determined the final shape of the border and belonging of individual villages or their fragments for more than a year and a half, on the basis of documentation of the Belarusian side, officially announced on July 8, 1950. The Polish side obtained 30 villages as part of exchange and border corrections, while the Belarusian side obtained 12 villages. Also, many villages have been divided thereafter, and until now, the border between Poland and Belarus has never changed. In August 2021, a wave of Afghan refugees started fleeing through Belarus to Poland after the Taliban takeover. Belarus was accused of hybrid warfare by allowing and supporting illegal crossing of the border in forest areas. Poland has recently reinforced the border with 1,000 men and is planning to build a border fence due to a massive influx of immigrants. Over 2,000 immigrants tried to illegally cross the Belarus border and 800 did it, landing in state-run centers issued to aid them, many of which have been waiting near the border for more than a week. Poland's Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki stated that Poland must protect its borders and the people crossing the Polish-Belarusian border are being used by Lukashenko. On the 25th of August 2021, the European Court of Human Rights summoned Poland and Latvia to provide the migrants food, water, clothing, adequate medical care and, if possible, temporary shelter. According to a statement from the court, the measure will apply for a period of 3 weeks from today until the 15th of September 2021 inclusive, with the ECHR judge citing the European Convention on Human Rights, while stating that neither country was ordered to